Return. That's the word that describes it best. The return to a place we all know very well, where everything has started and will probably start in the future. The return to a game which provided the most action, the most drama, the best competition. And it's a return of a league trying to live up to that glorious past and still wants to call itself the best, fairest and quickest F1 league out there. And we, the drivers, we want to show that. What it means to race in a league. What it means to spend so much time into this passion. And what it means to race in this league. It's the return of F1 2013. It's the return of PC Split 1, and it's the return of the F1 leagues from Apex Online Racing. Yeah, hello everyone, and with this fairly long introduction, I want to welcome you for Season 10 of the AOR PC Split 1 back on F1 2013, as I announced that a couple of weeks ago. Of course, we're here in Australia, Melbourne, and it's wet weather conditions, so that's quite an interesting start to this new season. 16 drivers, of course, a full grid. Also today in this race, I actually have to say I've never raced in a full grid in an F1 game before. And yeah, the drivers are determined. The grid is very, very, very strong. Yes, and I certainly do not give a prediction who will come on top out at the end of the season. But anyway, let's concentrate on that qualifying lap in P6 at the moment with 130 point flat, entering the start, finish straight, not hitting the limiter here, and down to second gear. So for this for turn 1, had a very, very good exit and a good line through there, and now quite critical part of the section, especially in the rain. It's easy to lock your tires in turn 3, but we managed that pretty well. And very cautious here on the throttle out of turn 4 and turn 5 to the end of the first sector. And let's see the split time. We are 2 tenths up on our personal best, so that's good. Turn 6 and 7, very well managed. And now the Clark chicane, the Clark corner, very difficult one as well. Into first gear actually. Didn't do that always in the rain. But again, a very good exit, very good 2 first sectors here, and now the S section, 4.5 tenths up. We are hitting the bollard here on the inside, but it was maybe a small cut there, but nothing too major. And now the last section here, very important to get a good exit out of that corner. We didn't quite manage that. That corner is not entirely full throttle, and now the last braking zone. And again, very cautious out of the final corner. You can easily lose the car as we have loads of wheel correction there. But that was a good lap. It will be surely a good time. And P4 in the end with a number 1:29.6, 3 tenths off pole position. Honey Badger in front, narrowly ahead of Double D and Hamish. I would see a good result for us Marishas. Klawutsky in 5th, Mark FD in 6th, Possis, Cool Cat, Lucas, Schumacher, Magnussen, NRL, Kubica and Fissler in the top 12. And yeah, only the first 8 drivers the first 8 drivers within 1 second. Yeah. I think various people struggled in those conditions. For example, also the most famous name down there in P14 is Nicky FD, only in P14 with more than 3 seconds off the pace. So, but we'll immediately jump to our box here. Dry conditions for the start of the race, and here you can see my planned strategy. Option prime. Klawutsky and E handled it like that. That one who is in front on lap 4 will have the sort of undercut strategy with pitting on lap 4, and the other one will pit on lap 5. That's my setup here used for this race. I didn't change anything actually. To drive in the wet, but only the front wing. But I was able to change that. You are able to change that in front of the race. So yeah, coming out of the pits and jumping to the grid to this first race of the season. Again, the Red Bull of Honey Badger on pole position, and we are starting in P4, which is my best qualifying position in AOR for F1 2013, I think. So that's very good. We have the lights on already up into rich fuel mixture, full throttle start, and away we go for season 10 as the Ferrari of WD makes quite a weird movement here off the line, but we're having quite a good launch, not as good as the front runners, but we're still in P4 as we're running too wide and getting loads of oversteer, almost spinning into our teammate. That was sort of a deja vu moment that happened as well in the F1 Game League. Anyway, we have on our outside Mark FD, we can't make the corner. It was too narrow, and we are pushing him off the track. Luckily for him, for me as well, that didn't affect him that much. He straight got past us and Posses as well, so we're getting a tap from behind from Fissler that runs us wide here at the end of turn 6-7, using very much of our curse to stay in front, that he don't get any ideas here into the Clark chicane, and we're staying in P7 but losing 3 positions off the start. That didn't went too well. The race is long, 29 laps. Missing a little bit the apex, and again getting a tap from Fissler in that corner, which is very surprised about that. It could have been a little bit more, and I entirely ran off the track as I go into neutral, then braked too late as well, and Fissler shoots up into P7. We're having the outside line, but there's no way we can grab that position back. using the rest of our curse for the end of lap 1. And we're having a slipstream now, maybe having a look here up the inside into turn 1. No, he's braking quite late, but leaves us room. But no, he stays in front, and we have to watch out for Lucas Schumacher in the Williams. He's now going on the inside. Oh, he gives us a tap. Oh no, as Fizzler runs wide into turn 3. That's quite a tricky corner actually with the heavy fuel cars. It's it's a very narrow one. As Nicky made a very nice move behind us on Lucas Schumacher, and now is hunting down us, and we sort of try to find some free space to breathe and to just come into this race and show that good pace we had in practice. Klubitski and me, we did a fair amount of practice for this new season, of course, because yeah. Oh, now we see Malcolm, and Graveline was very shocked by that shout he made in the TS, and so I lost the back end there. Now Nicky's on the inside. We have the outside line for the second to last, for the penultimate corner, but we are having the inside line for the last corner, and we're having the DRS as well from Postis, I think that is, as our teammate now is in the pits, and we're having the inside line now for turn 1, and we're staying in front of Nicky just about. As Honeybet just in the leads, that's the fastest up of the race, but Nicky is coming back at us here. We will have the inside line for turn 3. This time we are not at braking ourselves, but he has to switch back here, and he's still on the outside. We have to leave him room, and I didn't really expect that he would hang it around my outside. So very nicely judged by him, and got past us temporarily P6, I think, with the pit stops P7. End of that lap 5, hanging with him, and we're going into pits as expected. Will be quite interesting what sort of strategies the guys are running, because I mean we are now on we went for the fresh set of options, so I assume that some of these guys will surely try to make his two-stop strategy work, but maybe there are also some guys who want to make his two-stop strategy but are not very tire conserve drivers, so that will be quite interesting. Klubitski and me didn't want to take any risks in that first race, so we went for the ordinary 3-stop strategy with 3 times prime. And we're skipping now to the middle end of the second sector for lap 6. We are in P12 at the moment. Surely there's some guys who have to pit now, as we also see some of them in the pits. And actually, my teammate Klubitski lost an end plate in a couple of seconds in front of me, so that will harm him in this stint. And we're losing an end plate as well, as we were just not able to accelerate cleanly out of that last corner. Just I mean, it is sometimes a quite tricky one, but we had the fresh tires, and so we're just too aggressive on the throttle, and that will harm us for sure in that entire second stint, and that's very unfortunate. After that quite messy start we had, messy first couple of laps, and losing quite some positions. So we have to deal with another problem here in that second stint. We're also running a little bit wide here, the exit of turn 6. And we are all the way, skipping all the way down to lap 11, and you can see Nicky, who was, I think, 3.5 seconds or something behind us in lap 7. He's now right behind us, and we couldn't get that S section here as fast as he did, and just side by side through this complex of corners, which is not really a good thing to do, but we're leaving him room here on the inside. He's still on my inside, so we try to hang it around the outside, which we do nicely. And again defending from it and getting as well the DRS, surprisingly. I think the DRS detection zone was far in front, so we were lucky that we got it, but still again missing the apex a little bit. He can take so much more speed through that than we do, and he's coming back at us with his curse. We're braking quite late and a little bit too late with that damaged front wing, and there's no doubt about it, he's going past us after that lockup we had. So temporarily in P6, and also Posses is catching up to us at the end of lap 12 here. And I mean, only after 7 laps on this primes, I thought, okay, I mean, let's go into this. There's no, well, it's not necessary to stay out longer anymore. So going into the pits, Plewitsky also going into the pits, I think, on this lap. He's already not seen anymore in the pits, so we lost a huge amount of time, as well as he did as well on this in this second stint. Magnussen in front, pitted in front of us, I think, on the options. I think that's quite surprising. I think he started on the prime, so quite interesting strategy from Magnussen, and we're getting some cleaner as Kubica and I think that's a Williams behind are battling. Quite an awkward pit exit, but we'll go away with that. And skipping all the way down to lap 17, we catched up to Titan of Racing, who is on a different strategy than we are, I think. Oh, he just has some very bad tires, and I think he had a lockup in that corner, and we're going around the outside here for the last corner and making that move stick with, I think, also fresher tires than him. So that was again a move in that last sector. So all the action, almost all the action I had with overtakes and being overtaken and battles or something was in that last sector, which is quite surprising. He's trying maybe to come back at us here into turn 3, but no, he's shutting the door, and he also outbrakes himself, I think. He's going into the gravel there a little bit, and we see Double D now in front of us. 6 seconds or something is the gap, and he already made his last pit stop. So he is someone who is on 2-stop strategy, as many guys as well. For example, Hamish is as well, Marker FD is as well. So that will be quite interesting, but we're already more than a pit stop down on them. That's very unfortunate then. No, not a pit stop down, but now we will be a pit stop down as Magnussen makes his last stop. Actually, he's again pitting on the options, on the option tire. That's very impressive from him to do 9 laps on these option tires and still is in front of us. Wait, is he still in front of us? Yes, he's still in front of us, and we had to also change our front wing, but that was very strong from him. We're coming out in P11, and now I think there's only one guy in front of us who has to pit, so we are in without any pit stops to make. We are in P10. We're still in P11 here on lap 22, which will be our fastest lap of the race. Barely managing turn 1 there without extending. And we have now 4.8 second gap to Magnussen, which will be quite interesting if we have any chance to close that down, because he's now on the option tires. He is of course faster than us at the moment, but these tires will not long as much. I mean, 9 laps is such a long time on these tires. And it was quite a good lap so far. Also that perfectly managed that Clark chicane. Maybe one of my strongest corners on that track, maybe. And now entering this 3rd sector, also perfect line here through the S section, and gaining a little bit on Magnussen, and Titan is now behind us, but we're not bothering about him. We're all concentrating everything on that 2-stoppers who are now in front of us. More than 5-6 seconds we have, so we have to push very hard to even have a chance to get a better place than P11. Now I think that's now a guy in the pits. That's Fissler actually, who's now going on to the primes or the options, I'm not too sure. But 3 laps later, actually something quite interesting happened. We are here behind Posses. To 2 McLarens, and I think in front of them is Cool Cat. So that's a 3-way group here, and we catched up to them quite successfully and very fast. So that's very good. We still have a chance to get, at least after that, after that, a little bit of stupid things we made in the early stages of the race. We are having a good recovery race at the moment, and we have a chance to maybe to get P7 at the end of this race. Having a good exit out of that corner, but Posses also has the slipstream. We're getting into lean here to save a little bit of fuel, and you can see these old prime tires from Posses, also a 2-stop runner at the moment. He's as well struggling as well, like Cool Cat and Magnus are battling in front. And watch this. Look at that extra speed we are getting from this final corner, and we're going out the inside of both McLarens, and now having the inside line for turn 1 as Kukat is lagging in front, but moved on on both McLarens. Very, very surprising that I was able to do that. Of course, they have these tires are so gone now, and Cool Cat is also not looking very comfortable on these warm primes. We also have to watch out for his lag. Of course, he's living in the USA, so that is of course a factor that makes it a little bit more difficult to overtake him. But he has a bad exit out of turn 6, 7, and moved on. Also, on him as Titan of Racing sets the fastest lap on, I think, new option tires at the moment. And P7 is not too bad at the moment. It's really not. And let's see the gap to Nicky. Actually, we haven't seen much from Nicky. He's also on the 2-stop strategy. I think everyone except Lowitsky and Honey Badger is on the 2-stop strategy in front of us, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Yeah, I think so. So just see what we can do here with Nicky. If you're also struggling on his tires as much as these guys behind us, as Fizzler also got past them. So here we also maybe have a look at Fizzler views, maybe on the option tires at the moment. So he will be having a pace advantage at the moment over us. 2.3 seconds that gap, but we're closing Nicky down 3.5 only. So I think 1 second gained in 2 sectors. So that's not done and dusted for him. He still has to watch out that we will not catch him on the last lap or something. Our tires are still looking good. I mean, only 9 laps is. They will not fall off from us. And only 2.4, so gaining 1 second in that first sector. And look here, we can see here. We can see his car here. Maybe we'll also have a chance to catch him here at the end of this lap. So he's so struggling on his tires. Let's see the gap now, only 1.4, yeah, gaining 1 second per sector. It's very incredible, and gaining here on him also on the straight. And also in the braking zone, we're now right behind him, having a much better line, and we're going up the inside of the second to last corner. Can we make that one stick? He's trying to hold it around the outside, but he just can't do it. And Fizzler's also going passing him as well immediately. I mean, 3 laps in front of this last lap of the race, we were in P10, and now we are in P6, which is absolutely. I've never thought those who went for the 2-stop weren't that sure if they could make that work, but I think some of these guys weren't actually sure that if they could make that, and they were proving they proved themselves a little bit wrong there. Maybe the 3-stop was overall for some of these guys a little bit better strategy, but not for Hamish or Marco, or maybe not, for Hamish or Marco, as Magnussen now destroys his vehicle on the final lap due to that very old tires. That's very unfortunate to lose that. I mean, I think he was still in a point-paying position, so yeah. As Hamish crosses the line now to win the first race of the season. Congrats to him. That's not definitive yet, as we see Honey Badger now very slowly here. The Red Bull driver on option tires for 7 or 8 laps old, and here are we able to catch him? Yes, we do. He's not having any traction out of the final corner. We're getting P5 on that final lap. Wow, that was an intense race and a very exciting one to start this season off. Hamish taking the win temporarily I say, because that's not definitive yet, because there's various incidents that have still to be investigated. So Marco of D temporarily in P2 and the second Ferrari of Double D in P3, so very good team result for them. Also good recovery from Marco after that incident with Hamish. Klawitsky in 4th, me in 5th, Honeybadger, Fisler, Nicky, Lucas. Cool Cat getting the last point, maybe his 10-second penalty, and gets also removed. Titan of Racing in P11 and P12 goes to El Crack 91. And I'm very happy actually with P5 because yeah, just was a good recovery drive, as we see the last 4 passes. Enroll, Kubica, Magnussen and Stopperdude. And yeah, that's basically it for this first run. Hope you enjoyed the video and this first race, and I'll see you next time at Malaysia for round 2. Bye bye.